Are you surprised Wilson took so much less than Deshaun?
I am. I'm a little surprised, Skip, for the simple fact is, and look, I understand that Cleveland was in a very unique situation because they wanted to move on from Baker Mayfield. And so in order to get Deshaun Watson, you overpay for him. And so maybe, Skip, this is not the best deal. But I thought that moving forward, once Deshaun got 230, that other quarterbacks were going to come in and says, okay, I need at least 200 mil, fully guaranteed, guaranteed. And we see Stafford got 4 years, 160 million with 130 guaranteed. Now you look at that. That contract's holding up really, really well. Can you imagine if you hadn't done that deal, what Dak would be looking at? And guess what? Next year, Dak gonna be at the table again, looking at another 200 and something plus. But
well, maybe he won't be. Maybe he'll be looking at somebody else's table.
No. He's gonna eat off Jerry's table. He's gonna be eating off Jerry's table. But I'm surprised. Russell got 5 years, 245, 165 guaranteed, which is less than the 189 that Kyler Murray got guaranteed. Because normally what happens, Skip, guy signs, then another guy leapfrogs him, and another guy leapfrogs him, and another guy leapfrogs him, and all the while they're leapfrogging, they're pulling the salaries further and further ahead. But with this situation now, maybe it's because Russell is 33 years of age. That is a 7-year deal that he's tied to the Broncos for 7 years. But, Skip, he had them over a barrel because what did they do? They mortgaged their future. And haven't you seen enough of Drew Lock? You had seen enough of Teddy Bridgewater. You had seen enough of Trevor Siemian and the Brock Osweilers and Joe Flacco's and all of those guys. Bronco country was sick of those types of quarterbacks, especially when you had an Elway and you had a Peyton Manning. And they said, hold on, give us something. I'm not saying we necessarily gonna get a John Elway or a Peyton Manning, but give us something at least competent. Russell Wilson is more than that. Russell Wilson is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, was a throw away from winning back-to-back Super Bowl, has taken this team to the playoffs on several occasions. So for me, the Broncos really didn't have a choice, but I heard Russ says, look, I want this to be a destination for free agents wanting to come. And I wanted to give them some flexibility as far as cap space in order. But, Skip, the way the cap is moving, the Broncos would have had more than enough cap space. They're not paying a whole lot. Chubb is on his 5th-year option. They got Justin Simmons, the safety. He's making decent money. I think Garrett Bowles, left tackle, he's making decent money. But outside of that, they're not paying a whole lot of people. So I am a little surprised that Russell didn't push the envelope a little further. But Lamar Jackson said, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Lamar Jackson said, I'm 25, 26 years of age. I've gone to the playoffs 3 of the 4 years I played, and I won an MVP, and I'm a 2-time Pro Bowl player.
Yep.
So I'm not, these guys, look, Deshaun Watson, if I'm Lamar Jackson, Skip, and I hate Skip, look, that's him. He can do whatever he wants to do. That's him. But I would have me an agent. The floor is Deshaun Watson. Now, I'm not saying I need to get to the ceiling, which is probably 275, maybe 300 million, but that's the floor. So at worst case scenario, you're going to give me 231.5 guaranteed, because that's what I'm looking at. Because Deshaun Watson resume, you could say, oh, well, he could throw the ball out. I get all that, what people are going to say. And I've said I need Lamar Jackson to throw the ball, but this is what I know. Somebody that didn't throw the ball particularly well or great won a league's MVP unanimously. And somebody has gone to the playoffs on numerous occasions. That's value. So I'm going to need all that if I'm Lamar Jackson. But I am surprised that Russell Wilson did not push the envelope a little more.
I have some mixed emotions about this. I will admit that straight up. Because on the one hand, Russ did what Brady has always done, what Tim Duncan did down the stretch of his career.
Yeah, what Pat Mahomes did.
Pat Mahomes did it in reverse.
Yeah.
He took it early. He took a lesser deal for longer, saying, that's plenty of money for me, but I want to give you cap flexibility.
Correct.
So Russell Wilson did what LeBron has never done.
Right.
LeBron just took almost $50 million a year for 2 years at age.
And he underpaid.
What are we into now? Year 20 and
20.
21.
Yeah.
20 and 21.
Now, actually, be 21, 22.
21, 20. Wait a minute.
He had another year.
He had 1 year. Okay, so it's 2 years, 21 and 22 at $50 million, which leaves the Lakers little to no flexibility to build around him. Tim Duncan last 4 years in the NBA took $10 million, $10 million, $10 million, and $6 million.
But that's
Okay.
R.C. Buford, and the
Okay.
other guy's Rob Pelinka. So one guy was going to open the window and let the money blow out, and we wasn't going to be able to get it, and the other guy was going to be able to build a roster. So who do you trust? You trust Rob
So
Pelinka, or do you
You
trust
just
R.C.?
completely wrote off Rob Pelinka that if you give him the money to spend, he'll just open his window and it'll blow all across El Segundo. It'll blow across the runways at LAX. Is that what you're saying?
That's what LeBron James is thinking.
Oh.
The great general managers of the past, they built great teams. These young players now are saying, hold on, y'all messing it up. Well, we can do just as good a job as y'all can, so let us put together the team. So
Okay.
LeBron James said, I need all my money.
Okay, so Russell Wilson, at an advanced age,
Yeah.
said, hey, I'm good here. I want to give you guys some flexibility. I'm not going to fight you over the $65 million left on the table, but it's a lot of money left on the table.
Yeah.
And, of course, your GM, George Payton, was crowing about, boy, this was a tough negotiation. No, it wasn't. You are celebrating right now
Yes.
because you took him to the cleaners.
You did.
Unfortunately, he also took Lamar to the cleaners. I don't care what you say. When somebody who's been to 2 Super Bowls and won 1 took $65 million less than Deshaun, even at an advanced stage and age of his career as he moves to Denver for a last hurrah. He wants to play, he's saying 5 more years, so he's good to go. But you did no favors for Lamar Jackson because now the Ravens will go back to Lamar and say, come on, this guy did it right. You need to do it right for us. You need to give us some cap flexibility.
But Skip, you know how negotiation works. You've been in this business a long time. And the one thing is that what you think John Harbaugh and what you think Eric DeCosta and what you think Steve Bisciotti think of you, when it comes to negotiation, that's not what they're going to be saying to you. Feelings get involved. Anybody that tells you feelings does not get involved when it comes to contract negotiation, that's why you have an agent. Because the agent is not going to tell you all the negative stuff. He might tell you some of the things, but he's going to dress it up where, your age, they say the age is concern of yours. You kind of been nicked. They said, nah, he stay hurt. You see, he missed the last 4 games. Do you see his running style? How many quarterbacks do you know with that running style play 10 plus years and be productive? We give him a 5-6 year deal with his running style. That's what they're going to be telling Lamar Jackson to his face. Bro, did you see these completion percentage? Did you see your numbers? Did you see the big time when it comes to big time throws? Oh, that's what y'all think of me? Now it's become personal, where it didn't need to become personal. That's all the things that you have to understand now.
Yet, a lot of people are picking the Ravens to win that division. Some people are picking the Ravens to win the AFC. The only reason they're picking the Ravens to do anything is because of that guy.
Oh,
It starts with that guy.
It starts, stops, ends, everything. Yeah, whatever, neutral, whatever it is. He's the reason. He's everything. I don't know if there's a more valuable player, Skip, forget offensively, to a team.
Yep, I agree.
Than Lamar Jackson is to the Baltimore Ravens. And that's value. And if I'm here, I'm like, bro, I'm Lamar. I'm 26. I've done this. Now, this is where I need to be. Kyler Murray got 189.5. Skip, I'm not doing anything less than $200 million guaranteed. But I'm looking at, I understand. And I know, Skip, they say what they're saying, the same thing they said when Ndamukong Suh got his big deal from Miami. They're saying that's an outlier contract. That's the word they like to use. That's an outlier.
Yep.
And it was a very, very long time before a defensive player approached Ndamukong Suh. And what they're saying right now to all the other quarterbacks is that Deshaun Watson got an outlier contract.
Or an aberration.
Yes.
Yep.
But the telltale is going to be Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. Those are the guys. Justin Herbert's going to be, what, 24, 25? Joe Burrow is probably going to be 26.
Yep.
It's hard for me to see a scenario, Skip, where they take these kinds of deals like a Russell Wilson, like a Kyler Murray. Skip, they're going for Deshaun. I believe they're going to pole vault Deshaun Watson money. Skip, they're 26, they're going to be 25, 26, 27 years of age. Ain't no way they're going to be taking, they're not doing no team-friendly deal, Skip. They're just not going to do it.
Okay, Russ did not pole vault.
No, he did not. No,
he ran in place. And there's a part of me that doesn't love this because it's smacked of, you know what, I've made my money, my wife makes a good bit of money, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
I want to sort of semi-retire in Denver because they love me and I love them,
Right.
and this is my last hurrah. I want to play these 5 years. I'm good.
It's a 7-year deal. He gonna play all that money. He gonna get all that money. Skip, the way they play now with the guys, the way they take care of their body. And I think Tom is like, hold on. Guys, where you gonna go when you retire and make $30, $40 million a year? Y'all make this money as long as you possibly can. Take care of your body, get your rest.
Yep.
And then everything else will take care of itself because that's the most valuable position in all of sports. Get this money. Could I see Russell Wilson trying to play longer than the 7 years till he's past 40? Absolutely. Absolutely.
He talked about 5, so I assume he's thinking about 5.
Okay.
He's got a family. I don't know. I don't love your Broncos' chances this year. I do not.
I like their chances.
I've already picked the Raiders to win this division. I'm starting to like the Chiefs more because Tyreek keeps taking shots at them, and I think it's going to really motivate them.
It's a tough division.
And then
Chargers.
that other team, the Chargers, a lot of people think they have the single best, the deepest roster in the NFL.
Skip,
Okay.
you can make a case with that receiving core that they got and that quarterback and Eckler at the running back. And now they Khalil Mack. Now, Khalil Mack is going to need to have a bounce back because the last 2 years have kind of been down. But now you got him opposite of Joey Bosa. So now he's not going to get all the double coverage. Now, eventually, they're going to get J.C. Jackson back. I like Derwin James in the secondary.
God, how do you not?
They do have a loaded roster.
Yep.
But the Broncos, Russ, I trust.
Do you? Mm-hmm. Really? Huh. It's looking like they might bring up the rear here in this division to me.
Well, unfortunately, Skip, we're in a very loaded division. And it's very quarterback heavy. Unlike the division that you play in, that's quarterback challenged. Like the teams are challenged. You put any team, put one of them teams in the AFC West, and they're gonna pull up the rear. Your Cowboys, the Eagles the Eagles, I don't know, but they're not gonna be running through it with Daniel Jones. Really? We're walking to him and watching with the Commanders. Really?
The Cowboys could come in 3rd in your division.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they won't make a playoff.
They'd be one slot.
See, they wasn't gonna be no one slot above Denver.
Huh.
We just beat y'all last year with Teddy Bridgewater.
We didn't take you seriously.
What do you think we do with Russ?
We were on a roll, and we looked up, and it was 30-0.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all got rolled over.
Yeah, well, that was the beginning of the end right there. I don't think Denver's making the playoffs this year.
I do.
Well, you would, since you bleed orange.
We're making the playoffs, Skip.
Sorry.
10-7.
Over and out.
10-7.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.